Welcome to Booking the Wrestler. This is about Damien Sandow, ladies and gentlemen. Damien Sandow was such an incredible character when he first started out because he had a similar character to Leapin' Popo, the genius. So what I would do, I would rebook him as his original opening character, which was the genius moniker. Now, the way I would bring him back is that he would be gone about 4 months. No, 5 months. I take that back. I always book people to come back after 4 or 5 months. I know the WWE has done that before, but I want to stick with this because it actually gives time for the wrestling fans to forget or to miss them and not know what's going to happen. So I would have him come full circle back to where he started. But unlike when he first started, I would make sure he would be booked better. Now, he coming back as the intellectual savior of the masses, Damien Sandow, would come to the ring in his debut with 3 people in tow. 1 would be Neville. 2 would be Zane. And the 3rd one, which would be Kevin Owens. Now, the reason I picked these people is because they're non-Americans, and they come from countries that are more considered sophisticated and very well educated compared to Americans. Now, I'm not trying to say Americans are dumb. I'm an American. I know I'm not dumb. But I also know that since this is something we're trying to get him over as, I want to try and rub it into the faces of the wrestling fans to hate him. To love to hate him like The Miz once was a long time ago. So he would come to the ring with his 3 graduates in tow, or his 3 apprentices, because he's teaching them how to truly be the intellectual saviors of the WWE. And he basically would be the head of it. He would call himself, what would he call himself? The Breakfast Club. No, I'm not going to go that way because that would mean he would be off the focus, and I want to make him the focus. He would come down with just 3 people in garbs. That's who they would be. They wouldn't stick with him. They would just be there for the first match. And be there for when he destroyed his opponent. And after he destroys his opponent, kind of like what happened with Tamina with the Usos, those 3 would carry the opponent out and just throw him to the floor. But I will only do that once with him because he really doesn't need it. He does have strong enough of a character. This is Damien Sandow. He doesn't have total size, but he does have a decent physique. He is an incredibly good talker. He's an incredibly great charisma. He does know how to tell a story in the ring, and he does have very good in-ring presence. He may not be a big bulky guy, but he does do a good job. And for the first couple of months, he would just go in and he would defeat his opponents, and, which makes this even more better, if you think about the $1 Million Man. The $1 Million Man, after every match with his partner, his manservant in a sense, he always got $1 from him and stuck it in the guy's mouth, and that was Virgil. If no one doesn't know who I'm talking about, Virgil would give the $1 Million Man a $1 bill and stuff it down the guy's mouth, a $100 bill actually, stuff it down his mouth, and he basically would walk away. In this case, Damien Sandow would have a small little diploma wrapped up in twine, and after the match is over, he would go out of the ring, pick a thing up, and put it in his mouth like it was like a dog bone. And he would get the mic and say, "You have graduated from the Damien Sandow's training of hard knocks. You're welcome." Drops the mic and leaves. Nothing else. This is how I would start him up, and this is how it would be for the next 2 or 3 months. But this is just my point of view. How about you? And I hope you like this Booking the Wrestler. Please give me a comment below. Watch for the next one. This will be talking about his first feud and who he would go up against. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!